All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Droppin'Baums with me, your host, Corey Baumeister. Today, we're going to be playing ourselves another trophy match here. This one, we max gamed it, so, put it with a grain of salt, I guess. But looking for our first trophy since the ladder reset and playing, well, my favorite deck in Modern right now, and just my favorite deck in general, since Modern is my favorite format. I've been experimenting with a lot of different stuff as far as Jeskai Breach list goes, or 4-color Breach goes. I recorded all my thoughts in the Patreon. I basically went over everything, but Third Path Iconoclast was the last thing for me to go over. And by the way, if you want to check out any of that information or updated lists or follow along to the NRG series Modern, which is my next event, where I'm going to be playing Breach, let's get real. It's just what kind of version. So if that interests you, the Patreon link below, if you want to follow along to that storyline. But taking a look at this, the Third Path Iron Iconoclast, is that what it's called? Iconoclast, okay, is the last thing that I didn't really try, so, well, not so bad as far as the first thing. I got a lot of opinions about this card. So far in this league, it has been either completely terrible or insanely good. No middle ground, if I play against Hammer, it's awful. If I play against Yawgmoth, awful. If I play against, Blue-White Control or Murktide, amazing. Any deck that's trying to be this, fair game kind of thing, it is a really, really good card. So, it's an extremely polarizing card, which leads me to believe that it's more of a sideboard card for me. But it sparked the imagination of where I think I'm going to go moving forward with this Jeskai Breach list. I haven't finalized my list, but it's going to be in the Patreon. I'm pretty excited about it. But for now, this trophy match, this is what we're doing. We main decked him. I sided him out a lot, but, against Murktide and stuff, it almost single-handedly won me the match. And that's exciting because that's a matchup I don't love. It still kind of scares me. So it definitely gives me some hope that this card is pretty good. Another change in the mana base, I am playing a Hall of Heliod instead of Spirebluff Canal 2, mainly to try it out. I haven't activated it yet, but it has come in handy as just a land that could be untapped. So we got that. But there were opportunities where I think if the game would have went longer, that this would have probably won me the game. So I'm not ruling it out yet, but it's definitely something I'm keeping in with a grain of salt, especially after I lost Fables. I think it gets worse then. Outside of this, the list is the exact same. I have a couple more Teferis in the main. Obviously, cut Shredder and Fable the Mirror Breaker. Both of those cards I'm close on. I'm slightly in favor of Fable if I had to choose today, gun to my head. But I think Shredder is good too, and there's certain matchups where each of them will be better. I personally like Fable as it has an immediate impact and is a card that stands alone on its own and is a powerful card. But I think both are good. In the sideboard, some of the changes, I've been trying out Fury, and I've been pretty impressed. It's been pretty strong, especially against Burn. I think round one of this, my opponent just went on the play, Goblin Guide attack, turn 2 Eidolon, and I started with Fury, and then dropped like 2 things. And no other card really would have got me there. So that's really exciting, And I also had an opportunity where I won a fair game with it by just hard casting it to get through like a Murktide deck or something. I played Murktide twice in this league and beat them both, which was cool. So I'm not dead set on this card yet, but it has been decent. Other than that, no real changes in the board. I'm still playing 1 EE and, have liked it. Came up against Hammer in this league and it's pretty awesome. Considering cutting a Prismatic Ending, as 2 has felt like it's enough when I have 2 Wear Tears. 5 of this effect seems like too much, and half the time Wear Tear is a better card. So I'm thinking about cutting one of those, but once again, I have my updated list by the time you're watching it in my Patreon, if you're curious about where I went from this list, because I got a lot of ideas. The matches with Third Path Iconoclast has really sparked what I think this deck should be moving forward into a world where people are respecting it, which, it's either just going to remain one of those decks that's tier 1, maybe even tier 2 on some days, when people are overly prepared for a specific combination, to maybe still being that, I would say, you always say tier 1.5 when you're in the middle, but like between tier 1 and S, so 0.5, I guess, which is where I think this deck has lived for quite a while, is slightly better than everything else, but close. So, all right, let's play a trophy match. Got the play. Love that. No companion, but not a playable opening hand. We had one more land. Of course, this hand would be awesome. Yeah, any red source instead of one of these Regavans, and it would be pretty much the dream. But, got a mulligan this one. Okay, we'll keep. Definitely not shipping this back, and we got an easy one to put back, but not an amazing hand, of course. This easily could be one of those hands where Expressive Iteration is an anticipate or hit a 0-drop, and it's a little bit more when we already have a 3-drop. If the 3-drop is indeed good, you know, if Teferi on the play on turn 3 is a viable play, or it's looking like it, whatever matchup we're playing against, I could see myself just Expressive Iterationing next turn. Okay, so a mirror so far. A mirror of flooded strands. Could be a lot of decks. Murktide, Blue-White Control. Plenty of stuff. I'm kind of liking it. If it's Blue-White Control, I'll regret it a bit. Maybe I just regret it no matter what. If it's Murktide, it's probably going to be something I want to gain max amount of value. Okay, I'm going to say go. If it was like a creature they played or something, maybe I would do it. I don't know. This one's close. This could be wrong to not expressive here. Okay. Shadow, I guess. If it's Shadow, I'd still like to wait on this as well, so that's not so bad. Spell Pierce. Yeah, I mean, if they had Spell Pierce, that would have sucked. They got rid of Spell Pierce. Let's see. Still not sure what I'm up against. Dimir Shadow would make sense. Not that it's played a lot, but, you know, still. Okay, Grixis Shadow as well makes a lot of sense. So they're leaving up 1 mana. Could either be a trap, and they could also just not expect Teferi, so I think there's a solid reasoning on going for it here, because it could be very good. But binning the Spell Pierce is kind of scary when I start with this start, unless they have a second one. Then that would make sense. Well, the best play would be Teferi Resolving here. Teferi Resolving, tick up. I guess they have instant, artifact, land. So if they just had land on Holy Heat or something, that would be kind of brutal. I guess the safest play to completely avoid a counterspell would be Bauble and Emery. All right. And it allows me to actually cast the Bauble. I'm just going to play the spell that they don't have a good answer to with 1 blue and 1 black, just because getting on the battlefield here seems good, to put my foot forward, so then they react to what I play, and then maybe Teferi will have a better chance of sticking next turn. And here, I don't have the D, the old Delirium, so getting on Holy Heat is just okay, but yeah, it is just okay, unless they like Regavand. I'm just thinking, if I draw on Holy Heat, would I want to do it versus the punishment of them having Thoughtseize and hitting a good card? I have so many good cards right now that I'm not too worried about that. But I still am going to just wait. Nah. Wait till end step, then I'm doing it. Change of heart. Close as well. Everything's close, you know? Oh. Okay. Well, that changes things. That changes things for sure. Now it looks like I should try to combo quick. I don't know what I'm up against, y'all. A dredge deck, I guess. Street Wraith. Just something for value. in the Shadow deck. Still makes sense it's Shadow. I'm scared. What in the hell is going on? I feel like I'm dead. Huh. A breach strategy, eh? Alright, well, let's see it. This is strange. Oh, they can do that over and over with that grip, huh? That's pretty cute. Oh yeah, Tome Scour, I think alone is GG. Oh, we'll see their whole deck. Twiddle Storm. Twiddled 2.0. Well, I guess we can start looking at our board. Lantern seems good. I guess Wear Tears will be good. Spell Pierces will be good. Fairies are probably okay. The Iconoclasts will not be good. It's another anything where you just think and be like, that's a very unfair deck. But they're doing it. This is not very fair. And in that case, God, if I only had a Spell Piercer right here, bang. It would have been nice. Yeah, it's just got to be Oracle, I would imagine. Well, this is not what I expected, to say the least. Breach, basically 0 interaction. Gotta assume they're gonna keep it that way. This seems like a deck that must do its thing. Has Spell Pierce, I guess. The fast interaction. Probably has Thoracle in hand. Thoracle with Spell Pierce backup is lethal here almost no matter what. Or it's only in the sideboard. It's pretty cute. 1 Pact of Negation as well. 1 Pact. Well, we got thoroughly beat. We got thoroughly beat, y'all. The old shot, eh? Okay. Well, to be fair, I don't think we were going to be beating that. Expressive Iteration next turn. Oh, yeah. We weren't doing anything there. Okay, we got a lot of dead cards. A lot of dead cards. So we're going to be bringing in a ton. I don't like these. All right, this is the deck. This is the core I like. And now it's just what complements it best. For sure Spell Pierce, for sure Wear Tear, for sure Lantern. Teferi seems okay. Dispute seems great. Oh, 1 extra card. We'll play 1 Iconoclast, I guess. And go with that. This is the max we can interact with a blue deck. But all these counter spells should be good. And we just try to combo faster. Play around Dispute. Should be whoever's on the play should be able to combo faster. If you get playable hands. Auto mulligan with this. Pretty much auto mulligan with third path as well. We're going to shit. With Ragavan, I bet they don't have a lot of answers to Ragavan. Yeah, let's YOLO it. Ragavan on the play just seemed very good against them. Especially when we didn't play anything to give him a hint that, you know, we have Ragavan. Of course, people should kind of figure out what deck we are and what's exactly in it, but still. With the power of Ragavan here, if it connects, we get to go Emery and have a bunch of removal and just win the game off that. So I think that's good enough. If we brick on land and they fatal push Ragavan though, yeah, then this one's on me, y'all. But turn 1 Ragavan against them does seem like the way to go. Just for the ramp, not even for the stuff we're going to hit off of it. You leave that Ragavan alone. Perfect. Yeah, now we got the Pierce backup if anything. Okay, I didn't want another one. Can they kill me on turn 2? I doubt it. They need that land. So I think I can use my mana here. Oh my god, what are you doing? Misty. All right, let's try for the lantern. Now we got that. Now let's Emery. Bricks. Two breach decks battling off for breach supremacy. Probably 4-0. I mean, you presume you play against somebody playing for a trophy. Starting to think that you can just play that breach card whenever you want and win games of Magic. Okay. That would have been nice to nab with Spell Pierce, but I think we're still okay. Got a free spell? I mean, if they give me the cards, I could start comboing off as well. All right, let's start with a beatdown. I'm not going to attack with Emery because I might sack Soul Guide and then just draw a card, then replay it. That feels a little aggressive, though. Otherworldly Gaze is interesting. I kind of don't mind it because I could hit a 0-drop. Could play Iconoclast first, but not worth it. I did not. And now it's just, do I want any of this stuff? So, Graveyard. I want it to Fairy. Maybe. I actually do think I want it to Fairy. Do I want a Saga? Probably not. To Fairy to bounce this Wishclaw if they don't go for that. Could be really good. Yeah, we'll just say go from there. Yeah, Teferi with Spell Pierce backup next turn, and then having a Lantern as well that's active seems pretty strong if they just go like Lotus Field or something. But they killed me on this turn next turn, so we'll see if they can do it again. Let's hope not. Yeah, I think I have to let that go. Now the Teferi plan doesn't seem as good, not gonna lie. But I think I'd still rather draw a card here, use up my mana. Might not play Teferi next turn, though, with 2 of these. Probably play that expressive. Pact. I probably won't play that one. Expressive for lands would make sense. Because then I could just flashback Lantern. They could Spell Pierce my Lantern. I think I need a little more. If I give them enough time, they're gonna win. I could go play Lantern right away. If they Spell Pierce it, pay. If they don't, play third path and just say go. That way I have it protected and I present a 2-turn clock. It seems okay. All right, let's try that. Get the gaze. Could also just keep up Spell Pierce with Spell Pierce backup. Feels kind of bad. Could also Expressive from here, so lots of options. I don't think the added clock is what I'm looking for this turn. Maybe next turn. All right, I'm an Expressive. I feel not great about it. Okay. So, bobble to hand. Here's that. Play that. Play this. Target myself. Maybe try to find another Spell Piercer Dispute. Breach. As good as that is, I think I have to have all shields up next turn. Plus, if they activate these, I can then get Breach. So, I'm going to sack this. Blue-white. Frick. All right, let's hope we're not dead. Let's hope we are not dead. I think we lost the last trophy match that we had, so I'm trying to redeem. I want to start a losing trophy match streak, y'all. All right. I don't like them doing math. Regavan has been insane, though, so I'm still happy with this keep. A little unhappy that we didn't draw lands. We drew a little awkwardly. Regavan, Teferi, Teferi. We planned one of the Teferis, though, so that was on us. But it hasn't been great. But next turn, if I can attack them down to 7, I can try to present lethal with Iconoclast. Could attack for 3, put them to 6, and play this 1 spell, and that's lethal. I do want to get Teferi on the battlefield because this is great against Pact Negation. That's the only card where I care a lot. Yeah, this could be bad. Should just Spell Pierce this now, I think. Don't have a good feeling about this. Admittedly, I didn't know you could do that as an instant. Okay. See if they can do this through a lantern. Oh. You can do two things? Choose one. Oh, intertwine for two. Well, that's bad. Guess I have to do it now. That's cute. Oh, and they even did it with the trigger on the stack so they get 2 lands in their yard? Alright, this is spicy. That was spicy. Yep, we did need the 1 extra piece of interaction, so I like that we went for it instead of breaching, but the getting the Teferi was the brutal part. We didn't play around them having a second one, but maybe that wasn't a good line anyways. I kind of thought this thing entered tapped. Oh, someone made a boo-boo. Love it. Well fought. Well fought battle. Both sides fought hard. Both sides played well. Okay, so instead of Iconoclast, an extra ending for the talisman seems good. All right, game 3. Game 3. Let's go. That was a weird game. Okay, we got some cards. Get cards. Get your cards here. I like this hand quite a bit. All right, so they have artifacts and enchantments, so that's just good. Oh, baby, light them up. It's everyone's favorite monkey, Ragavan. Come on stage. That was nice. All right, and then we'll just hold up the shields from here. Hold up Tear, hold up and play a lantern as well. And be like, good luck. Hope we don't die this turn, but I can't see how we would. Actually, I bet there is a way that they turn 2. It's just playing lantern next turn and with the trigger on the stack doing their things. Seems tough. Concede? Miss Landro? No, but they're dead. Trophy. 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 No way they can come back from this turn. This turn we're about to have is going to be unreal. Okay, so we get to go Saga, Lantern, Emery, hold up, removal. Do we even need to hold anything up? I think it's worth it. Emery? Oh, I couldn't have just won there, right? No. Okay. I was like, what the heck? Could I have just got there? Right, Breach in the yard, Oracle in the yard. We'll say go. Yeah, Ragavan, they are loose too. Super loose to it. Okay. But 3 cards on top. I bet they're lands. Pithing Needle. Yeah, it's kind of a get you if you do, get you if you don't. They either name Emery if I pop this, or they name Lantern. So I'm going to make them name Lantern. Okay. Not the biggest deal. So we can get them with this. Is there any 0-drop we're going to hit in any way, shape, or form? I don't think so. So let's get an attack in. Get a memory. I shall play this. So now I will have Wear Tear available, either or, plus make a Saga if I have the land. That seems good. Well, I knew their top card, or they knew it, so they knew they were going to give me that. Is there any need to expressive? I don't think so. There's probably a chance I could just win with this Saga next turn. 4. Saga makes 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's pretty close. So I'm not going to push the action if they don't, and I'm not going to sack this Bobble. So if I get a drum, I think I can actually get this up to the right amount. Because drum would allow me to get an artifact off this, artifact here, and play another artifact. So it'd be +3, plus... I think it's Xaxes. But we're going to find out. Sure. I can at least put them where they can never use that fetch land. That's a fact. Hiya. Can they do this whenever? Huh. Why did I think this did something different? Activate only on your turn. Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking. All right. So 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8. This would make 9, 10, 11. All right. I have 11. But if they have any interaction like a Spell Pierce, I think it would be 1 less. But then they need the blue. So I think this should be GG. Give me that drum. Give me that blue source. Let me play this grinding station. I would like to present lethal. There's a Saga is a pretty good magic card. Oh, I guess they can do the tap untappy thing. That would make sense. Okay. Sure. All right, we'll present the lethal next turn. Now the question is, do I have to wear and tear on my turn? They're so far away from this, I feel. You know? And I could wait to wear and tear. I don't know if that solves my problem. But wear and tear, hit this and breach. So then I'd have both of those open. But if they still just have a pact, then I'm in trouble. I think I just say go and leave this as something in my back holster in case they have to go all in. Guess I can bobble. Fuck, I thought I clicked. Excuse my language. No, that hopefully won't cost me, but. Okay. Bang! Trophy! Well, technically we trophied with Iconoclast being a 3 of in our deck. I will say the picture that was painted for me was very much screamed that this was a sideboard card. I think first match I played against Hammer, second one, I think Sandman and like Litter Sir, I think were both Murktide, and it was great there. You know, so obviously that'd be cooler if it was in the main for those matches, but all 3 of the other matches, it was terrible. It's just did not seem good whatsoever. And maybe that's an experience with playing with this. This was my first league with the card. We, you know, went max on our wins losses here. So still a lot of work to do with the testing. But this is definitely a card I'm considering and a card I've already bought. So I think it's going to be a solid sideboard card for me. Maybe I'll test a little bit more and I'll love it in the main. But yeah, third path. You got my stamp of approval where I was very cynical towards the card. I did not think it was going to be good at all. Dies to Ren. You know, it only gets one thing if you have 1 extra mana. But the thing that I wasn't really thinking about is, 1, Ren is not that played, you know, and 2, it's a great like turn 4 play. It's not a good turn 2 play unless you have like Bobble and Mox Amber. But if you do have that kind of draw, like all of a sudden you just have 4 power. And that's something players have to deal with. And especially against Murktide decks, going wide against them is a strategy that actually works pretty decently if going wide doesn't mean each of those cards is an individual card. Does that make sense? So it would be like, if I went wide, but I'm playing a creature each turn, and I'm playing a go wide deck, they're good at spot removaling it down and then tempoing you out and winning. But if you have 1 card and you play 2 or 3 other cards and they spot removal 3rd class, and they don't really want to use the other pieces of removal because you're doing other things like attempting to combo, playing Teferi, countering their stuff, all that stuff, that's when those tokens add up and become pretty dangerous. So I'm interested. I like it. If you want a little bit more information as well as a updated sideboard guide, right now, if you join, I'm sure, depending on when you watch this, but right now, if you want a sideboard guide for this deck, I have this version. I have a Fable Breach. Yeah. I have this version as my, I have this version in there as a full 75 sideboard guide with a bunch of matches and stuff like that. If you want it right away, I still like this deck. If I submitted tomorrow, I would still play this, but luckily I have a little more time. So I'm going to test out some other stuff. I still like Fable more than Shredder, but I'm kind of interested in lists that might be playing none of them. So that's where I'm going to be. That's where my head's at going forward with Modern Breach. If that interests you, consider joining the Patreon and follow the journey and hopefully get a really good list and sideboard guide, because I'm playing the NRG in the middle of the month, and I'll have an updated sideboard guide with an updated list with what I play. So thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you in the next video.